Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So today's reading is going to be messages and predictions for the month of September 2021. We'll start off with a general overview of your month, and then we will take a look at the specific areas of love and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. So there are 3 readings for you guys to choose from today. I'm going to show you each of the crystals one by one, and then please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. Number 1 is Barite. Number 2 is Citrine. And number 3 is blue Calcite. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones. So if you guys chose the Barite, this is going to be a reading all about your month of September 2021. So let's get right into it. The very first oracle card that we are going to look at is going to give us a feel for your general theme or general energies of this month. And the card that we have for you is Life Energy, with the message, the happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. This is such a beautiful card to start with, and this is sort of giving me vibes of the sun in tarot or even the Ace of Wands. I really see you guys going into this month of September with a lot of physical energy, like literal physical energy, as well as a renewed sense of inspiration and motivation and hope for the future. It's like the sky has cleared and now you can see what's at the horizon. You can see what lies in your future, and that gives you a renewed motivation to work towards it. So you're coming out of an energy that might have been kind of unclear, muddled, uncertain. You didn't really feel like you had a direction. Maybe some of you guys have felt kind of in a slump. You can't seem to get motivated. You can't seem to get yourself up and work on the things you know that you need to work on, or even to work on the things that you want to. And I've definitely been there, and that's like the worst feeling when you love something and you want to work on it, but for some reason you just can't bring yourself to because your energy is so low. But there is a loving spirit guide with you this month who is infusing you with pure life force, with pure energy, and it is so nice to see. I see you guys being motivated at work. I see you guys being more extroverted and social than you usually are, like having more social energy. I see you guys being more creatively inspired if you are creative people, and really hopeful and optimistic for the future. And that's something that's going to come effortlessly without having to affirm it or repeat it to yourself so much. You're just like, yeah, I know my future is going to be bright. I can see it. I can feel it. Of course, the sun imagery here is making me think of the solar plexus, as well as the beautiful yellow color here. So this card talks about healing as well. So maybe some of you guys are healing your solar plexus. And this is also going to help with your self-esteem. This is going to help you guys to really feel like you deserve success, that the work that you're doing deserves to be seen and recognized, and that your voice really deserves to be heard. So I really feel that in the month of September, you guys are solidifying these beliefs about yourself, and that's going to make you more assertive, more ready to come out of your shell and really show off the things that you've been working on. And like I mentioned before, it's going to affect your social life as well. Even if you guys tend to be more of the shy type, I see you really coming out of your shell this month. You may actually be meeting new people. You may even be networking as well. And I see you guys really enjoying social interactions and actually being charged by them rather than being drained by the interaction. So this is really nice. I also want to say with this sun energy, this is a great time to birth new things. And just as I said that, the camera timer went to 3:33, which is now reminding me of the Empress number, her being the 3rd card, and she's also about birth and fertility. So if you guys have been thinking to start a new project, to start a new chapter of your life, to create anything really, this is a wonderful month to do that. The energy is really going to be supporting you here. with this life energy card. This is also a great time to work on any like health and physical goals that you guys have, like to start a fitness journey or to set new goals in terms of your physical health, because you're going to have a lot of energy to work with. Okay, so now we are going to move on to our next oracle cards. We have South Node and North Node, as well as midheaven. Okay, so the midheaven has to do with our career and with our public image and with our status. So there may be some upgrades going on for you here in the month of September. You may be moving up in your career or getting more known and recognized for the work that you are doing. And interestingly, this is coming out with the South Node and North Node. So the nodes of the moon, for those of you who aren't familiar, the South Node represents a point that we are moving away from, or this is how it's described in Western astrology. We're moving away from the South Node, which represents things that we have already mastered, things that we have already grown comfortable with, and it's usually like our comfort zone, things that we have experienced in our past lives. And we're moving towards this North Node energy, which is sort of like outside of our comfort zone, into the unknown, into the unfamiliar. It's the new experiences that our soul is striving to go towards in the future. So if I put these together, this could be showing an encouragement for you guys to break out of your comfort zone when it comes to your career, when it comes to the way that you make money, when it comes to your public image, like how you present yourself. I think your guides are really, really encouraging you to try something new and to challenge yourself. So not to keep like repeating the same role, the same position, chasing after the same thing. Really, like, and it goes very well with the life energy of breaking out of your shell and being outgoing and creating new things. It's almost like your destiny is calling you. Your destiny is challenging you to move towards it. And this is going to bring a higher status, higher wealth, higher recognition to you. Wow. All right. So we are going to take a look now at the tea leaf oracle cards. And these can really be anything. I kind of leave this part of the reading open, but it could be specific events during the month of September that your guides want you to know about, things to look forward to, things to look out for, or just general advice. So let's see what we have for you here. We have yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. And ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. This could also be some Aries energy coming up. Okay, so we have feeling tied down, unsuccessful outcome, stubborn, aggressive person. Okay, keeping in mind what we saw here, that perhaps you guys are coming out of a rut, coming out of a time where you felt that your energy was drained, where maybe you didn't feel very inspired or fulfilled. And then also keeping in mind that you guys are being called out of your shell, being called out of your comfort zone. I feel like this stubborn person that we see here might be referring to you guys. And this is not like in a mean way or anything. It's more like what your guides are showing me is that perhaps you've been stuck in situations that are not fulfilling to you, that are draining you, and your guides have been showing you what to do in order to fix this. But for some reason, it's like you're not answering to that call, or your higher self has been telling you what you need to do to feel more fulfilled, but you haven't been answering to that call. And I'm being reminded of, do you guys know that meme of DW from Arthur? And she's standing outside of the door and she's saying, that sign won't stop me because I can't read. I feel like this is kind of how you guys have been acting in the situation, whether it's intentional or not. But it's like your guides have been saying, just stop saying yes to things that drain you. Just move out of your current situation, cut ties, leave things behind, prioritize your energy for yourself. And it's like you hear them, but I think when it comes to acting on it, like they're showing me it as a stubborn energy, but it could also be just like out of fear, you are staying where you are, a fear of saying no, a fear of leaving certain situations behind, a fear of judgment, a fear of like disappointing people or going outside of people's expectations might be keeping you where you are. So it's kind of like you're in this situation where you're saying to your guides, like, help, I feel drained, I feel exhausted, I'm not happy, what should I do? And your guides are saying, walk away, start something new, go towards this purpose that has been calling you. And you're like, yeah, and then kind of still staying where you are. And I'm totally guilty of this as well. So this is in no way to like roast you guys or anything, but it is a gentle, I think this is a gentle calling out from your guides. Now we do see very positive energy here. These are the potential energies that are available to you if you guys can take that leap and come out of your comfort zone and pursue the things that your soul has been calling you to pursue, as well as say no to the things, the people, the situations, the commitments that have been draining your energy. This is really, really important to preserve your energy and to put yourself first. We had that solar plexusy vibe coming out from this card, which is really like your confidence, your self-esteem, prioritizing yourself, and the ram as well with that Aries energy. Aries is all about the self, you know. Aries is kind of a selfish sign, and I'm an Aries, so I'm allowed to say that. But your guides are actually encouraging you to be more selfish in this instance. And when they tell you, when they give you this confirmation that it's time to move forward and pursue your dreams, to really, to go for it. Because I feel like it's this kind of lukewarm energy right now. Like, yeah, you're right, I should be doing that. And then keep doing what you're already doing. So there's a cycle that your guides want to help you break here so that you can start living more freely and in a way that's more inspiring and passionate to you. Okay, so this concludes the general overview of the month. So we're going to move into the specific life areas now. So that's going to be love and relationships, career and studies, as well as spiritual and personal growth. And we will have one tarot card and one oracle card for each of these. So we're going to start off with love and relationships and see what messages are here for you. So for your tarot card, nice. We have 6 of Pentacles. And for your oracle card, we have love. That is so beautiful. Okay, there's something I want to point out because I'm pretty sure that Cygnus, I'm thinking of like cygne, which I think is the French word for swan. If I'm wrong, that's going to be awkward. But that just stood out to me because on a few spirit animal oracle decks, the swan is seen, like I'm thinking of the Wild Unknown spirit animal deck, for example, and I feel like I've seen it on others where the image of the swan is reflected. Like the swan is swimming in the water and the water is very peaceful and you can see the swan's reflection. A very long-winded way of me saying that I think there is like a mirrored soul situation going on here. And there's extra confirmation for me of this fact because just my personal interpretation for the 6 of Pentacles is that it is a soulmate card. It's like another version of the 2 of Cups. You guys have probably heard me say this in other readings because I'm always talking about that and it tends to come up quite a bit when I do love readings, which is really great. But 6 of Pentacles is also about balance, reciprocity, fair energy exchanges. So we have that vibe in the 6 of Pentacles, and then we have what I think is a swan in this card. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself in a subtitle, but for now, I'm just gonna assume that I'm right. But yes, we have Swan reflecting, 6 of Pentacles talking about balance and equality. So I really, really think in the month of September that you guys are coming into a very beautiful, harmonious partnership. Just the number 6 in general, even, this talks about harmony, peace, unconditional love, balance, a peace of mind, good health. So very healthy relationships coming to you. Pentacles represents something that is stable, strong, grounded. So something that's reliable, something you can count on. So it's like a committed, serious connection that I see here. And then we have the beautiful pink color, which relates to the heart chakra. So then we see like a softness and a compassion and like a romantic aspect. I feel like a lot of you guys might be coming into some kind of soulmate union, coming into a committed romantic partnership, or ascending to the next level of commitment if you're already in a romantic relationship. This is going to be just a beautiful month in general for your social interactions, because this relationship section, it can talk about platonic relationships as well. And I see you guys this month really getting the treatment that you deserve. So you're surrounded by people who honor and appreciate the energy that you give to them and are like happily ready and willing to reciprocate that. I also feel that you're going to be surrounded by people who are mature and responsible and honest and very reliable. So any people in your life who have been wishy-washy, who have not been consistent with you, who have not shown their commitment to you or their respect for you, they may either be falling away completely from your life, or you're just going to start to keep a healthy distance from them. Because as you come into these beautiful, healthy connections, I think you're naturally going to start just having less interest for people who are not willing to give you their all, who are not willing to reciprocate. So very healthy relationships coming to you. I feel like your spirit guides have been working to bring your soulmate to you. If you guys have been manifesting or praying for a romantic relationship, this is definitely a confirmation, like double confirmation with the Six of Pentacles in love, that your guides have answered your prayers, and you can expect this person to come into your life in September if you haven't met them already, or you're coming into a happy union with them in September. And this romantic partner that I see here, this is going to be someone who is incredibly supportive with you and also very, very generous. So this is like a weird, I don't know why I thought of this. If they have six, the image that came to my mind was like buns, like dinner rolls. I don't know, maybe it's because it looks like in the traditional tarot that bread is being handed out, but I was going to say if they have 6 dinner rolls, they're always going to give you 3 dinner rolls. It sounds like a math problem. They're always going to be fair. They're always going to share whatever they get with you, whether that's material blessings or whether that's like stories of what happened to them in the day or little bits of wisdom that they picked up. They're always going to share with you because they see you as like almost like another part of them. They see you as their equal, their counterpart. And if they come across some joy in life, they want you to have that joy as well. And if there's any way that they could, be there for you and help you move towards your goals, they want to be like a rock for you. They want to be very, very supportive for you in that respect. So this is just chef's kiss, beautiful relationship that is coming to you romantically, as well as mature and healthy relationships in general. I love this for you. I love it. So next we are going to look at the energies of your career and studies. So for your tarot card, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And for your oracle card, we have support. Amazing. So we are continuing with the theme of support coming in for you guys. This is so wonderful. The Knight of Pentacles is a great card to see for career because it indicates that the situation is progressing steadily. You are making steady progress in your work. You're making steady progress in your studies. And you have support all around you to move towards your goals. I think this is going to be a very productive month for you guys. Money is going to be good, could even be a little bit better than you expected. But I do think you guys are going to be quite busy because both of these cards indicate to me somebody who is busy and has a lot of responsibilities. If you are working towards a new career, or like a new position, or you are studying for something, you may kind of have a lot on your plate where it's like you're working your current job, but then you're also like preparing for the career change at the same time. Like you're setting up your side business at the same time, or maybe it's like you are studying for exams and then you're also applying for jobs at the same time or something like that. I'm kind of getting the feeling that you guys will have a bit of a heavier workload than usual, but you are moving forward, you are making progress, and everything is going to get done with this Knight of Pentacles. You'll just need to be committed, and don't be afraid to ask for help with this support card. because maybe there are people around you who can take some of the other stresses off for a while. Like maybe your friends or your roommates will make food for you so you don't have to worry about that, or they will do errands for you so that you can just focus on like the important stuff, focus on what you need to do. Someone might take care of your plants for you or take care of your pets for you, or, you know, things like that. The little mundane everyday routine things, I think that your loved ones, because you're going to have really helpful and reliable people in your life, if you're feeling extra busy this month, they will be able to take care of that for you so that you can focus on getting your work done. You can focus on, you know, preparing for this big change. I don't know necessarily if this big change is coming in September, because the Knight of Pentacles is more like you're slowly but surely moving towards the goal. So it's like you're not there quite yet, but you are well on your way there. But I do think that in the coming months, like perhaps towards the end of the year, some of you guys will be getting very good news about a career change, about a promotion, about a new job, a new school, something like that. But you're in kind of the preparation stages, and that can be a heavy workload for you guys. I do think you're gonna have more energy than usual, which is great. That's gonna give you a boost to get through this tough time, but don't stress yourself out trying to do everything. You know, like I have work and I have studies and I have my side hustle, and then I have all these other everyday responsibilities. When it comes to your other responsibilities, I really think with the support card, it's saying that there will be people around you to help you out with that. I have a feeling that they're going to offer it to you without you having to ask because they're just watching you and they can tell, like, oh, you have a lot on your plate. I don't want you to get stressed out. Like, because there's really supportive and generous people around you. But don't be afraid to ask either, because the people in your life will gladly help. And this is going to be a wonderful month for planning for your future, and as well as for financial gain. Like, I feel like you guys are setting things up so that in the coming months, you can make a lot more money. Yes, the work that you're putting in now is really going to pay off in the coming months. Okay, so finally, let's take a look at your spiritual and personal growth. For your tarot card, we have the Hierophant. So this is Taurus energy. And then we have Hunt. So in terms of zodiac signs here, I was getting kind of an Aries vibe from the Ram. Hierophant is Taurus. And this is the 10th house, midheaven. So this can be Capricorn energy. There's a lot of earth energy going on here. Taurus, Capricorn, Pentacles, 2 Pentacles cards, which are earth, and then Aries. So it's funny because I'm an Aries, but like a lot of my close friends are earth signs because I find they just like ground me and keep me calm. So if you guys are an Aries, you might want to surround yourself with some earth sign people, or maybe you are an earth sign, or your romantic partner is going to be an earth sign. But yes, where was I with this Hierophant? So I feel like this Hierophant card came out last month, in last month's reading, or in recent months, in this exact same area of spiritual and personal growth. And I'm kind of getting a similar vibe as I did last time, judging from everything that we've seen in this reading. You can see in this card, this being down on the ground is connecting to the being up in the sky, and then there's all of these people around. And I really love this, because this to me looks like you are connecting with your higher self. The higher self is holding a sword, which represents truth and mental clarity and focus, and it's going right into the person's heart. So it's like your higher self is hitting you right in the heart with the truth of who you are and what you want to pursue. And I think it is referring to this like south node, north node energy, where you guys are like receiving your calling this month, where you're like, okay, it's time to step out of my comfort zone. It's time to work towards my goals. And really, like, I feel like you guys don't have any excuses. And again, I'm not saying this in a mean way. It's more like there's no reason to not go for it, because you have the energy, you have the motivation this month, you have the loved ones around you who are going to support you and make sure that you have time to focus on what's important. Likely you'll have emotional support from this romantic partner as well. You're going to have the money because we saw that this is going to be a good month for finance, for material resources, and you have the clarity and the direction. So it's like everything is perfectly lined up for you to go towards this goal now. And the only thing that could get in the way is yourself. Like if you're stubborn to stay where you are and stay in your comfort zone. And I feel like the South Node can be pretty stubborn. Like our cycles that we keep staying in, that we keep repeating, it can be tough to break, but everything is lined up for you to do this now. And your higher self is like really directly calling out to you. You guys might have very strong epiphanies this month, very strong intuitive hits, or like really, really obvious dreams. You might even dream of your higher self coming to you and telling you what to do and telling you to go for it. But not only do you have your higher self on your side, you have this massive team of spirit guides. There are 12. There are 12 of them surrounding you. I don't know if that's the exact number, but maybe even there are dozens of spirit guides watching over you, wanting you to succeed, wanting you to embody your highest self. So when I look at this hunt card, and I always am pointing out with this card like the straight line, because it reminds me of you're making a beeline towards something, like you're just going straight there. Hunting also gives that kind of vibe, like you're pursuing something very directly. So you're really gaining a sense of direction this month when it comes to your dreams. Like you know what you're doing, you know how to do it, you know how to act. And the Hierophant has been showing me recently about long-term plans coming into shape. So it reminds me, we saw at the very beginning of the reading, like the sky is cleared and you can see what's on the horizon. So I really feel you guys are going to be able to map out a long-term plan for pursuing your dreams and know exactly how to put it into action and like get to work right away. And what I picked up on, I think it was last month when the Hierophant came out, was a commitment to yourself. And so, you know, the potential is there for you guys to really, really do that in the month of September, to commit to yourself and to commit to your dreams and your greatest happiness and to not settle for anything less. I'm also being reminded of the message on the Hierophant in the Angel Tarot deck, which says, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. And the hunt here, it also kind of has this feeling of seeking out, like you're hunting for something, you're looking for something. So in the month of September, you are encouraged to speak to people who have similar goals as you, or people who are doing what you want to do, and ask them for advice, ask them how they did it. Again, Spirit is telling me they will likely just come to you and offer you that without you having to ask, because that's the kind of energy we're having this month, where you're being effortlessly supported. But again, just don't be afraid. Like if there's somebody whose brain you really want to pick and seek counsel from, don't be afraid to reach out and, you know, ask for that from them, because you never know, that person could be wondering about something that you've already mastered and that you're already very comfortable with. And maybe you can help each other out and like share tidbits of wisdom. And I think it's also going to be really beneficial for you guys to be surrounded by like-minded people. It doesn't necessarily have to be people who are pursuing the exact same dreams as you, but for example, people who believe in manifestation, or people who are very driven, people who are very optimistic. Surround yourself with these kind of people. Even better, I think, if your goals are like pretty similar, but just people who have the same mindset, I think, is really important. And I'm thinking back to that message we got over here in the relationships, where it's kind of time for wishy-washy people to fall away, which I think they will do naturally, because once you've met these people who are so supportive and hardworking and honest and driven, you're just going to graduate. You're going to gravitate naturally towards them, and people who haven't really been like holding up their end of the energy exchange with you, I think will kind of just naturally fall out of your radar. But basically what I see in this reading is Spirit building a huge support system around you and like lifting you up high enough that you can see your future and you can see where you need to go. So this can be a really, really beautiful, productive, fulfilling, and enlightening month for you guys. As long as you in your comfort zone can kind of get out of your own way and be brave to face the unknown. So this is what I see for you guys. I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number twos, so if you guys chose the Citrine, this is going to be a reading all about your month of September 2021, so let's get right into it. The very first oracle card that we have in this reading is going to give us the general theme for your month of September, or the significant message from your spirit guides for this month. And the card that we have for you is Precious Time, with the message, the Fairy of Time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. So the first phrase that we have on this card, this is very much giving me vibes of mindfulness, being in the present moment. This is super important for my overthinking kings and queens. For those of you who tend to get in your head thinking all the time about the future, your plans, your worries, or dwelling in the past, if you're prone to anxiety, I am very much with you on that. I know what that is like, and this might sound cheesy, but when we constantly worry about the future or dwell in the past, our life really can pass us by. So what your guides want you to focus on this month is getting yourself back into the present moment, as well as it's like getting yourself back into your body, you know, getting grounded and really feeling yourself in your physical body. Some of you guys, if you don't already, you might want to start practicing meditation. And they're showing me with special awareness of like the different parts of your body. You know, this practice where you're like sitting or lying down and you feel your toes, you feel your feet, you feel your legs, you feel your hands, like going through the parts of your body one by one and really feeling them. This is a great way to ground yourself and bring yourself back to the present moment. You guys might be the type of person who is very like go, 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 and your guides just want you to like slow down and smell the roses and feel the sunshine. And you may even notice this way, when you slow down and you're paying more attention to your current surroundings rather than just being all up in your head, you might actually notice more signs and messages from your spirit guides. So for example, if you were this fairy sitting in the room and you're really sitting here and paying attention to your surroundings, you might notice there's a message for you in the clock, or there's a message for you with the owl, things that maybe you wouldn't have seen if you were totally up in your head and worrying about the future. So pay attention to your immediate physical surroundings for messages from your spirit guides this month. This is where you will find them because they want to bring you into your immediate physical surroundings. I'm also being shown that some of you are into manifestation, especially like scripting and journaling, writing down your intentions. And they're telling me this month, rather than always writing what you want in the future, try to journal about your present moment. Like, what are you grateful for right now? Or how are you feeling right now? So that you're not always like somewhere else. I think you guys get the gist of this first phrase. And then we also have be mindful not to waste others' time either. So what's coming to my mind with this is like being straightforward and being upfront about your intentions. I'm not saying that you guys waste other people's time, but it's just something to keep in mind this month. Make sure that you're not leading people on. Make sure that you're being very open about how you feel. And what I'm kind of being shown specifically is like, you know, when you say yes to a commitment, even though you don't really want to do it, and as soon as you say yes, you get that sinking feeling and the day gets closer and closer and closer. And you're thinking, oh no, I don't want to do this, until finally you cancel because it's just the pressure is too much. That is kind of a way that we waste people's time, by not being upfront about our boundaries. So make sure that you are not saying yes to things that you're unsure of, or saying yes when you really mean no. I know it's coming from a good place, like you want to make people happy, you want to help people out, but it's just better for everybody if you can be upfront at the very beginning. Or like if something's bothering you in a relationship, it's so much better to say it, you know, earlier on rather than letting it fester. Okay, so being open and upfront, I think, is the way that you can honor other people's time as well during this month. So now let's take a look at your next oracle cards. We have 4, the number 4, and lunar eclipse. So for this number 4 here, perhaps the 4th of the month of September is going to be significant, or you could be dealing with somebody who is born on the 4th, or somebody who is born in April being the 4th month. But if I look at these together, okay, let's talk about this lunar eclipse. So lunar eclipse is what happens during the full moon, as you can see here. And oh my gosh, is it that the earth passes between, oh gosh, I'm not going to try to explain that, but it happens on the full moon. And what happens during this time is that light is shown onto our most suppressed emotions and fears. And so it can kind of feel like a floodgate of emotions. It's a time of heightened sensitivity. It's a time where you have to face yourself and face your shadow. So something that you guys should look out for this month is, you know, when you are bothered by something but you don't know why, and maybe this is something that's going to happen this month, or it's already something that's been bothering you. I feel like there may be a specific relationship that has been bothering you guys, where you've been feeling upset or unfulfilled, and it's kind of like the logical part of you feels that you shouldn't be upset. You know, I don't know why you're so upset about this. I don't know why you're so like triggered or sensitive about what happened, but you can't help it. You can't help but feel upset in some way. And I think in the month of September, it's going to hit you why you are bothered. It's going to hit you why you've been so upset by this dynamic, or like what transpired in one of your relationships. It's because it hit a nerve from a past painful relationship. Maybe it brought up some childhood trauma that you had really suppressed, because these are like hidden and unaddressed fears. So when you realize why this upset you so much, it could be like a floodgate when you're revisiting all of these memories, all of this sadness and fear that you had suppressed over time. I feel like in the month of September, all of that is going to be let out. So you could be especially sensitive this month with the number 4 here. This can mean so many different things, but I am thinking of the home, because 4 being associated with the 4th house, of course, this is about the home, the place where we feel comfortable and safe. You guys might feel extra introverted this month. You might feel like you want to spend a lot of time at home, or time to yourself reflecting as you sort through all of these emotions. But 4 is also about stability and structure. So I really do feel that you're going to come out of this with a practical understanding of your emotions, and you're going to come out of it feeling safe. So I think you're doing some major healing here, where you may be, and actually I just realized the 4th house relates to childhood too. You may be speaking to your inner child this month, letting them know that everything is okay. I just realized, like, maybe escaping the present moment, or like disassociating from the present moment with some kind of defense mechanism from childhood that you will be addressing as well. But you're going to come out of this month feeling safe and secure, because your inner child will understand that there's no longer anything to be afraid of. And I think this is going to make your relationships and your emotional connections feel much easier, feel much safer, especially for you to let your guard down and really just be in the now. There's also a feeling of like ease, comfort, convenience that comes with the number 4. And I think this is the energy that you guys are going to be harnessing this month as you address these hidden fears and clear away those shadows. So there's major like healing and shadow work going on for you guys this month, but I think towards the end of the month, you're going to feel very refreshed. You're going to feel like you've been literally cleansed from the inside by this by this release of emotion, and you're going to feel much lighter, safer, more open, more trusting in your personal relationships. And maybe it's like, I would say maybe like the first week of September is going to be kind of rough, and then things will get better from then. So now let's take a look at your tea leaf fortune cards. This part of the reading can really be anything, whether that's specific events that are going to happen to you this month or things to look forward to, just anything your guides want you to know. Ooh, so we have wishbone. A wish is granted. Make a wish right now. As you're watching this reading and looking at this card, make a wish. And so it is. Your wish is granted. It's coming to you in September. Torch. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. This makes so much sense for what we just saw with the 4 here in the lunar eclipse. So you guys are really mapping out your subconscious this month, making sense of your fears, making sense of your deepest desires, and honoring them. You're gaining like enlightenment and awareness of yourself. And fear usually stems from things that we don't understand. So once you understand where your fears are coming from, they no longer have the same power over you. And then we have crib. This could be another indicator of like an early childhood that needs to be revisited, but we also have the message of birth or conception of a child or enterprise. If you guys are not planning to or wanting to have children, don't worry about that. It could be somebody else in your life who is announcing a pregnancy or welcoming a baby into the world, or this could be the alternate interpretation of birth of an enterprise. So like a new business, a new project, something that is coming to light this month. Like I said, I do think you'll probably be getting out of this heavy energy within the first week or so of the month, and then you'll feel much lighter on your feet. You'll feel like the weight is lifted. You'll feel kind of like you're back in your body, and you can feel again and you can focus again. So this would be a wonderful time to start working and to start creating. So yes, this concludes the general overview section of our monthly readings. So now we are going to move on to the specific life areas, which are love and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. And we have 1 tarot card and 1 oracle card for each of these specific areas. So we are going to start off with love and relationships and see what messages are here for you for September. So for your tarot card, we have the 6 of Swords. And for your oracle card, we have Majesty. It's so interesting. You know, I feel like more often than not, when I do these monthly readings, there are repetitions in the cards. So, you know, this 6 of Swords in love and relationships, it came out last month as well. And then there was something like that in pile 1 too, where it's like the same card comes out in the same area, like 2 consecutive months in a row. And I wonder if it's like people are picking the same piles that have the same cards, and it's like a continuous thing, you know, from month to month for them. So if you guys had the 6 of Swords in love and relationships last month, that's pretty cool. But the number 6 is a great number, I think, for love, especially because it talks about peace, harmony, balance, equality, and actually talks about unconditional love and like spiritual love. So it's really, really lovely number to come up here. And the 6 of Swords, when it comes to relationships, it does make me think of improved communication or a heart-to-heart. And I'm really, really getting strong heart-to-heart vibes in particular here, because on this Pegasus card that we have here, the colors are pink and light blue. You guys might know that pink is associated with the heart and light blue is associated with the throat, like the heart chakra and the throat chakra. So these colors together literally show you speaking from your heart. And even if you look at the sky on this card, it's pink and light blue. So definitely there's a heart-to-heart happening here in one of your close relationships. Now, if you have a love interest or a partner, I do think that it will be happening between you and them. But this section of the reading while it mainly focuses on romance, I've expanded it in the past few months to be about like any relationship. So if you're not interested in love right now, or there's nobody in your life, then you can definitely claim this message for like a friend or a family member or some other platonic connection. But for those of you who do have somebody in mind in terms of romance, then I definitely think that it's happening between you and this person. And it's very interesting because with this precious time card that came out in the very beginning of the reading, we had that message of you guys being encouraged to open up and be very upfront about your feelings. And so we also had you guys going through healing, an emotional transformation where you're not afraid to look at your shadows and look at what has been repressed anymore. You feel more safe within yourself, and you feel more safe opening up to people in your life. So maybe you're communicating to somebody and, you know, explaining why you have felt the way you have, explaining what has been bothering you, explaining your true intentions. Like, you're coming into a place where you feel safe to do that. Some of you guys might be having like the what are we talk with your person of interest, or, you know, expressing your desire to move things to another level. Or you may be talking about things that have upset you or that have not satisfied you in the relationship. But the point of the Six of Swords is that it's easy and comfortable and safe to do it. And I often see with this card that you can be nervous going into the conversation, but once you're together and you get to talking, you just feel so safe with that person, and they're responding well to you, they're validating you, that it just becomes so easy to open up and share with them. And I often see coming out of the exchange thinking, can't believe I was nervous about that. Like, it was received so well, I was understood so well, and I learned a lot about them too. Like, we should have had this conversation so much sooner. And it creates more peace, it creates more closeness in your connection. So this month, there's a conversation being had between you and a loved one or a close one that you may be nervous to have now, but it's going to bring a lot of clarity to the relationship. Ooh, doorbell? Confirmation? It's going to bring a lot of clarity to your relationship and a lot more closeness. And on this oracle card, it says Majesty, which it's making me think of like respect, you know, like there's a mutual respect here. So you're listening to each other, you're respecting each other's feelings, validating how the other feels, and especially like accepting and honoring each person's respective way of feeling loved, you know? Like, so if you have different love languages, you're not going to say to each other, like, well, this is my love language, so this is how I'm going to give it to you, and you just have to accept it this way. But rather sitting, being present with the person and listening, like, this is what I need to feel loved. And then not feeling like attacked or defensive, but saying, okay, then I will show love in that way, because at the end of the day, I want you to feel loved. So a lot of mutual respect here. There's definitely a close relationship, improving, growing really, really close, because once you reach this point, it's like there's nothing you can't share with each other. There's nothing that you feel scared to share. You feel so safe and warm with each other. There could be specific messages here about a long distance relationship moving forward, like conflict being resolved within a long distance relationship, plans being made to see each other. There could also be a specific message about two people moving in together. So if that resonates with you, then you can claim those messages as well. So now we're going to take a look at your career and studies. So for your tarot card, we have Mercury. And for your oracle card, we have Narcissism. That's not good. All right, I'm going to start with Mercury. In terms of your personal work and studies life, I actually think that you guys are going to be very on top of your game this month. I'm thinking of the quick and sharp and intellectual nature of Mercury. I think that you guys are going to be, it's like you're very on top of your schedule and you're very organized. If whether you are studying, whether you are working or doing both, it's like really this month, all of your ducks are in a row. You're remembering to reply to all of your emails. You know, your notes are super organized and categorized. You're really on top of all of your tasks. You may actually be handing in a lot of stuff well before the deadline. And communicating, articulating your thoughts very, very well. So if you're in any like meetings or Zoom calls, or you're like raising your hand to speak in class, whatever it might be, you're expressing your opinion very, very well. And people are really going to be seeing you as like an intellectual, a genius this month, because like mentally you're just on fire. I do think there might be some people who are envying you this month. I feel like this Mercury is you. And then I don't know, I just get kind of a fishy feeling when I see snakes, and you're up top, right? And all of the snakes are like looking up to you. So there might be some people who are wishing that they were as successful as you, wishing that they were as on top of things as you. I feel like you guys, if you have like a boss or a professor or a supervisor or something like that, they're going to be kind of favoring you. They're going to be kind of favoring you this month. You guys are like, you're giving Hermione Granger this month, okay? which is just awesome. And also with this Mercury, there's a message of youth as well. So you guys might be like younger than other people in your class, or younger than people in your company or something like that. You're younger, but you're like at the same level as competence and intelligence and things like that. So these people who are envious, it could be like people who have more experience than you, who have been in the company longer or something like that. And you're just escalating so quickly, and that, you know, makes them feel threatened. And I'm not saying that's right. That's like their personal issue, but there could be some kind of icky energy around you because of that. So make sure that you guys carry your evil eyes around you. Make sure that you carry your black tourmalines around you, so that these people cannot mess with you. If you guys are writers, or if you have a social media page that you're trying to grow, this is a great time for that to grow. You're gonna be like, if you're posting blogs or writing captions or making videos, because remember, you're articulating yourself really well this month, and you're going to be expressing things that are very captivating and interesting and unique to people. I feel like your antenna is really going to be up for like brilliant ideas this month, whether it's like ideas for your own projects or ideas what to do within your company. Your mind your mind is amazing. So let's go to this narcissism now. I'm not going to say that anybody in your life is a narcissist, because I think that's a very like serious accusation, and I think it's a word that is kind of thrown around too loosely. But there could be some people in your life whose actions imply that they feel more important, or like that they need to be prioritized. And maybe it's like entitled people. And maybe it's these people who are envious of you. Like they feel entitled to the same level of success as you, or to the same level of recognition as you. And they feel like you're not deserving. Like, why do you have it and I don't? It's like this kind of energy around you. You guys need to be careful. You need to protect your energy. But there could also be... Okay, so for example, a coworker who, when you ask them to do something, you have to ask them like 3 times, and it takes them forever to get around to it. But then when they ask something of you, they expect you to get it done immediately, because like, oh, my thing is more important. Or a coworker who calls in sick, even though they're not sick, and there's just like some fun thing that they personally want to do. And it's like, well, we all have fun things that we would rather be doing than working. Like, they're not really a team player. They're just thinking about themselves. So if I'm being honest, it feels like the energy surrounding you at work or at school in September, it could be kind of petty and a little bit annoying. Make sure that you stay the bigger person. Make sure that you protect yourself. Seriously, black tourmaline. If you don't have black tourmaline, get it. I swear by it. My best friend swears by it. And I just bought myself an evil eye ring too, because you gotta stay protected, okay? When you're doing well, you never know. And if anybody is bothering you this month, please make sure not to gossip about it. You can speak to them directly, and actually I would encourage you to do that, because the whole theme of this month is you guys being like upfront about how you feel. So, you know, speak to them, say like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's your job. That's your problem. Or I don't appreciate it when you do this. But just be careful about like gossiping about this person in a way that they could find out. So, you know, like don't talk about them to other people at school or in the workplace. And even if it's like over text, you just never know, because somebody could leave their phone open somewhere by accident, or you know how it is when you're trying to text your friend about somebody and then you accidentally send the text to that person. You know, little slip-ups happen. So if you're really feeling frustrated to somebody, speak to them directly or confide in a loved one, like in person, who has nothing to do with it. Like maybe your love interest, your significant other, or like your best friend or something like that. But just, you know, because there's petty energy around you, we want to make sure that things don't get like messy, okay? So hang in there. You'll make it through this month. Now let's take a look at your spiritual and personal growth. So, we have the Page of Wands for your tarot card. And then we have the Sculptor with Manipulate with your Oracle card. So actually the Page of Wands and Sculptor and Manipulate together, it's giving me like magician vibes, because the magician is literally the sculptor of his desired reality. He's the divine creator of his life, and he like manipulates the fabric, the fabric of the world to create exactly what it is that he wants. And the Page of Wands has that potential in them as well. They have that spark, they have that inspiration. The Page of Wands is somebody who is ready for a new challenge, somebody who's ready for a new adventure. Maybe you're ready to leave behind the messy and petty energy. The Page of Wands is also independent. So this is your soul calling you to start an independent venture, especially those that have to do with using your own creativity or using your own originality, using your own ideas. Your soul is thirsting for adventure. Some of you guys will be making, because there was a message of there is a message of long distance relationships and moving in together, but the Six of Swords can also be about traveling and taking a trip. So some of you guys might be planning a trip this month. You might be planning to take a vacation, like away from work, away from the stresses. Maybe you're gonna go somewhere. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just had like burps when I was saying that. I know that's gross, but it's a good thing. It's confirmation. You might even be like going on an adventure with your significant other, with your loved one. Like, take me away. You know, and your soul just wants something new, something fresh. Like you've just released all of this emotional burden. You've released this heavy energy. You want something light. You want something fun, inspiring, passionate. I feel like this month you're releasing major manifestation blockages, that things are going to come to you a lot more immediately and a lot more accurately to how you imagine them. And actually being grounded in your present moment and grateful for your present moment is going to help this a lot, because when you're grateful in your present moment, you're basically telling to the universe, like, I have everything I want. I have my dream life, and I don't have to worry about the future because I know it's going to be amazing. So let me enjoy my amazing present moment now. And when my amazing future comes, I'll enjoy that. So heighten manifestation, heighten creativity, blockages being removed, the thirst for a new adventure, possibly travel, a creative project. You might be moving away from a working or studying situation where you're very like closely supervised and managed, to one where you're just more free to do whatever you want. And with Mercury as well, I feel like you guys are you're gonna get into writing or like blogging or painting or something that conveys your ideas to people. You're gonna be like standing on the top of the cliff, like, this is me, look at me, and feeling free to express yourself. So this is confirmation to me that by the end of the month, the energy that you're in is like light, it's beautiful, it's warm. The heavy stuff, I think, is going away in the first week, and then slowly but surely you're building up to this beautiful, freeing and creative Page of Wands energy. But yes, your soul is ready for a new chapter, a new, lighter and brighter chapter. Okay, so this is everything that I'm seeing for you guys, so I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number threes, so if you guys chose the blue calcite, this is going to be a reading all about your month of September 2021, so let's get right into it. The very first oracle card that we are going to look at is going to represent sort of the general theme for your month of September, or your biggest piece of advice from your spirit guides. And the card that we have for you is Ask for Help, with the message, angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. So this month is all about you guys getting into the habit of asking your angels for help. And I think that this is simple, but it's not necessarily easy. It's kind of complicated, our relationship with angels. And I find that sometimes we tend to liken our relationship with angels to our relationships with people in our life. So if I can explain that a little bit further, if you guys are surrounded by people who make you feel unsupported, who make you feel neglected, or make you feel like a burden, especially if adults in your childhood make you feel this way, you might consciously or unconsciously project those attributes onto angels. So like if you have people in your life who make you feel like you can't come to them for help, you might feel like, I cannot come to my angels for help because they're going to be annoyed by that, or they're going to be too busy for me, or whatever it is. It's like you're projecting what you go through in the 3D onto your angels, if that makes sense. And that is, of course, not an accurate way to deal with them, because they are here for us 24/7. Time and space does not work the same way for angels as it does for us. They can be at many places at the same time. They can be with many people and in many different timelines simultaneously. And they don't necessarily have finite resources of energy the way humans do. So they can literally help you with any of your wildest dreams, with anything you can come up with, no matter how big or how small. Not only that, but it brings them the greatest joy. So you should never feel guilty in asking your angels for help. You should never feel like you are burdening them or anything like that. They are here to help you. And yeah, it may feel kind of weird when you have a problem to say, oh, I'll just leave it to the angels, because we don't necessarily do that to people, right? Like, oh, I'll just get so-and-so to deal with it. But you can do this with your angels, and it's still something that I'm trying to get into the habit of, especially when I'm trying to figure out the solution to a problem, you know? Like, how can I understand why I'm going through this difficulty right now? What is the meaning of this? And I'll be like, what is it called? I'll be ruminating. Maybe I'll be ruminating over it for days or even weeks. And only then does it occur to me, oh my gosh, I can just ask my angels to show me the answer. I can just ask my angels to bring me the solution. It's such a simple conclusion to come to, but it's not easy. And if we're not in the habit of asking people for help, or if we're not in the habit of feeling deserving of help, that's going to be projected onto our relationship with our angels. So this month is all about getting it in your head that they are here for you 24/7, that they are happy to help, that there is genuinely nothing too big or nothing too small that you can come to them with. No matter what it is, they're here for you, and they can solve your problems like that. They can take all of your problems away. that's another thing. I feel like a lot of us internalize that we need to suffer in order to grow, or that we need to suffer and go through things alone in order to ultimately be happy, kind of like a no pain, no gain situation. And you guys may be putting yourselves through unnecessary suffering because of this mentality, when, you know, if you would just open up and ask your angels for help, your problem might be a quick fix. So this group here, number threes, you guys may just be a little bit too hard on yourself, or a little bit too independent. And your angels want to lovingly scoop you up and just help you live an easier life. So get into this habit in the month of September. If something's really stumping you or something's really upsetting you, you just tell yourself, okay, I can give this to my angels, I can ask them for help, and I know that they will be here. All right, so let's take a look now at your next oracle cards. So every other pile 1 and 2, they got 2 from this deck, but when I shuffled for you guys, 3 cards came out, so I just kept all of them. And we have 2. I hope that these are gonna fit. Jupiter. And 5th house. Wow, this is really, really amazing energy. So starting with the number 2, the 2nd of this month, September 2nd, might be significant for you guys, or there may be a significant person who is born on the 2nd of any month, or who is born in February, with February being the 2nd month. But the number 2, especially with the imagery here, it is making me think of partnerships. It's making me think of 2 entities coming together. So I feel like there is a significant new partnership coming into your life in the month of September. And then Jupiter, such a beautiful energy. So Jupiter is this expansive energy. It's a very blessed, I guess I could say, blessed or benevolent energy. Jupiter is a benefic planet, and he loves to bless any terrain that he is treading in. So when we have the 5th house here, this is a house of confidence, of creative arts, of fun and recreation, of passion. And so I feel like Jupiter is really blowing up this 5th house energy, and this means that you guys are going to have a lot of fun this month. I think that it's either that your workload is going to be lighter, or you're going to be doing work that is really, really fun and exciting to you, especially if this is creative work. And I also think that you guys are really going to be feeling yourselves this month. So feeling very confident in your talents, in your looks, in the way you socialize. Like, you're kind of gonna want to get out there and show yourself off. And with Jupiter, you might also have kind of an adventurous spirit this month. I'm thinking of Jupiter's link to Sagittarius energy, which loves to learn new things and try new things and see things that are different from the norm or what you are used to. So you could be, venturing out to new places that you don't normally go to, or talking to new people, especially people who have a different background from you. You might gravitate towards these kind of people in the month of September. People who come from another country, for example, or who have like a very different walk of life than you do, because Jupiter also loves to learn and think about the greater meaning behind things. So you're going to be drawn to people who have a very unique and different story to tell, so that you can enrich yourself and so that you can open your mind and broaden your horizon. And in fact, maybe this partnership is like somebody from a different background, somebody with a different education, somebody with a different skill set, and you're coming together and joining forces to collaborate on something that you're passionate about, something that ignites your creativity. This could be like a work collaboration. But I'm also feeling that there could be a new sexual interest, like that kind of passionate physical attraction coming into your life, because the 5th house can also talk about, like physical pleasures and things like that, having sparks, having that chemistry. So this partner that we see coming in, it could be something like that as well. And maybe it's even both, like you're learning from each other, you have creative collaboration, and then you're also enjoying the physical side of things. But this is really, really lovely energy. I do feel that this month is going to be much more easygoing than maybe what you guys have had up until now, much more easygoing. It's like the feeling of just letting your hair down and like flipping your hair and, you know, taking your bra off after a long day. That's what this month feels like, okay? So very relaxed, very open, and spontaneous as well. I would even go so far as to say that you might not want to plan out this month so much, because I think a lot of unexpected events and unexpected invitations could be popping up for you guys. And this is really a month where you want to be open to new adventures. And in fact, yeah, trying to stick too rigidly to your plan, it might keep you from experiencing a lot of fun things, a lot of like welcomed pleasant detours in your life. All right, so now let's take a look at your tea leaf fortune cards. This part of the reading, it can really be anything like specific events that are coming, things to look forward to, or just some additional advice. So I will leave that open to your spirit guides for what they want to tell you. So we have Gong, an exciting event. Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. And Barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Okay, so I really do like these first two cards together, the Gong and the Tortoise, because the Gong feels kind of like this explosive climax kind of energy. Maybe this is referring to your partnership here. And then Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. This is the energy of something growing slowly and steadily. So when we put these together, I feel like their compatibility is really nice, because you have this climax, you have this explosive new start, but then it's sustained for a long time. So it's not just like a one and done situation, but it's being sustained, it's being nurtured, it's being enjoyed in the long term. So it looks like things are going very well for you this month. However, we do have the Barrel, which says you feel something is lacking in your life. And obviously this message is a little bit concerning to me, because even though things are so exciting and so fun for you, it's like you're not getting that sense of fulfillment or that sense of satisfaction. And I'm not going to say that like external influences, external things can't make us happy or unhappy, because they obviously have a huge impact on our well-being. But when you don't have the happiness coming from within, it's like no amount of external stimulus or external validation can really fill the void. It's almost like you have a hole in the bottom of your cup, and no matter how much water you pour in, it's just going to fall out at the bottom. So what I'm worried about here is that it's like on the outside, you're being presented with all of these opportunities, all of these fun adventures, all of these blessings, but within it still feels like something is missing. Like if you could imagine somebody who doesn't have confidence and everybody around them is telling them they're amazing, but they don't believe it. So none of it is like sticking with them. And it's only when they fix that wound within that they can start to hear those compliments, and that they really stick with them, and that they can truly open up their arms and receive them. So maybe there is some feeling of lack or some feeling of insecurity that you guys will need to work through this month, so that you can fully enjoy the blessings that are coming to you. Because otherwise, I fear that even though it looks like what you're experiencing on the outside is amazing, I fear that it could like come out of the hole at the bottom of the cup, if that makes sense. So it's going to be really important for you guys, if you feel some void, if you feel like something is missing in your life, to not try to fill it with external things. And that's not because external things can't make you happy, but it's because if our cup isn't intact, all of the joy from the external things will just fall through. It won't be retained. So there may be a need to look within in September and figure out where this feeling of lack or insecurity is coming from. Okay, so this concludes the general overview part of your reading. So now we are going to move on to the specific areas of your life, which are love and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. So we have one tarot card and one oracle card for each of these. So we'll just go through them one by one, and we are going to start with your love and relationships. So for the tarot card, we have Two of Wands. And for your oracle card, we have Reveal. Okay, so these are kind of interesting together. The Two of Wands, when this comes out in a love and relationships reading, it does make me think of somebody who has options, you know, that they can go either way when it comes to a relationship or a partnership. I'm wondering if some of you guys already know this person that we were talking about here, this potential new exciting partnership, or if you don't have anybody in your life yet, I do feel that you will have at least one or maybe even two potential love interests coming into your life. And so of course you have the freedom to choose with this Two of Wands, like, should I stay with this person or should I move on? Should I go with person A or person B? The Two of Wands is like, I'm almost kind of seeing it as a Two of Swords in this context. Like you have to choose between like staying or going or this way or that way, and you're kind of stuck. But with this Reveal here, I feel like in the month of September, any information that you need to know to make your decision is going to come out for you. Like the truth about somebody's personality or the truth about your compatibility is going to come out, or, you know, the truth about their intentions and their future plans is going to come out, and that's going to make it easy for you to make your decision. So for those of you who are resonating this and you're kind of wondering what you should do about a connection, or even if you're like completely single and you're wondering like, should I meet somebody on an online app or should I just keep living my life and see what happens, or should I be trying to manifest them more actively, or should I let go? Even questions like that are kind of, they could go one way or another. Ask yourself, what information would I need to answer this question for myself? So like if you're stuck on a person, you don't know what you should do, what information would you need? Would you need to know their intentions? Would you need to know what their long-term future is? Like where they plan on staying, where they plan on being in the future? You know, what do you need to know so that you can make your informed decision? And maybe this is where the ask for help comes in, because your angels will bring you any answers that you need. Do you need to know more about this person's values or their personality or their love language so that you can make your decision? Ask your angels whatever it is that you need to know about the people in your life so that you can choose to invest further or to wait for them further or not, and your angels will reveal it to you. And if you guys are looking to meet somebody and you're not sure how, ask for help from your angels, because this is definitely a month where your angels are loud and clear. They are going to be exposing all kinds of truths, all kinds of answers to you, and they're really at your disposal so that you can make your decisions. And maybe I spoke too soon saying that this is like the Two of Swords, because the Two of Swords is kind of a stressful energy, whereas the Two of Wands is like you have options and you're making an empowered decision. So like your angels want you to know everything you need to know so that you can feel empowered when you make your choice, and not like you're just taking a shot in the dark, if that makes sense. So anything you need to know, angels, they're on it. So for the next area of your life, we have your career and studies. So for your tarot card, we have the Eight of Cups, and we have Libra with the message of evaluate. I am being very drawn to the purpley color of this Libra constellation. It's reminding me of the crown chakra. You guys might be getting some downloads about your destined career path, about your purpose this month. And with the Eight of Cups here, I feel like a lot of you guys this month are starting to feel the pull towards doing something more, like something that is more meaningful to you, something that is more spiritually fulfilling, something where you really feel like you're making a difference. Like for a lot of you coming into this month, it's like, working just to make money, just to make ends meet, just to fulfill the same tasks every day. Like it's not going to cut it for you anymore. You're going to want something that really lights up your heart and that really fills your soul. I see this in the Eight of Cups because this is a card about walking away from things that don't serve you, things that don't do it for you anymore. So some of you guys may be finding this month that your current career or your current field of study, it's just not, it's not what you thought it was going to be. Even if at one point you were really like excited about it, maybe it's like more information is going to be uncovered about your future path in this career. And then it hits you like, oh my gosh, do I really see myself doing this years and years down the road? Like, what am I doing? And it can feel a little bit of a crisis, because I feel like downloads can be quite jarring, when we're suddenly awoken to this new calling or this new urge in our soul. It can feel like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Noticing all of the things that are out of alignment in our life. And I feel like your current situation in work or studies with the planet Saturn being shown here, it has really taught you hard work, dedication, discipline, a good work ethic. So it's not that what you've been working on up until now was in vain in any way. Like it's really made you a hard worker. It's really made you see like the value of hard work and discipline. But I feel like now it's time to take what you've learned in your current situation and move it over to something else, something that is more emotionally fulfilling for you. And I think what many of you guys are going to find about your current situation is that you cannot distinguish yourself from anybody else in what you're doing. Like there's no piece of you in it, because I'm just looking at all of these people lined up here and they look all like clones. They look like they're kind of lined up in a factory. This is reminding me of Clones by Tierra Whack, the music video. It's very cool if you guys haven't seen it. But it's like everybody is the same. There's no flavor, there's no uniqueness. And I feel like you guys are really going to be called to do something that allows your uniqueness and your individuality to shine through. And it's not something like, you come across somebody with this job every single day. It's something kind of, I guess weird is a way to put it, something kind of unconventional, something kind of special, especially with this 5th house energy. This month, you guys are really going to feel like you want your creativity to come out. This is also like associated with Leo energy, and Leo is super like confident and proud of herself and wants to stand out and wants to get the attention and the applause. So you guys really might be feeling like, I don't want to be another clone in this line anymore. Like I want to be a star. And again, it's not that this was never meant for you, because it taught you to work hard, it taught you discipline and patience, but now you can apply those skills to something that is really meaningful to you. So I feel like a lot of you guys are leaving something behind, or you're starting to like seriously consider leaving something behind or changing something in your career, in your education. Now, this Libra evaluate card, this is really interesting. Obviously with evaluate, I think of this as like you guys evaluating your situation and maybe even reevaluating your life and reevaluating your path. But Libra, which is related to the 7th house, this talks about the other. This talks about other people, like anybody who is not you. And you guys might be realizing, or maybe you've already started to realize that the version of happiness and success that you've been pursuing up until now, it was very much like the other's version of success, like somebody else's version of success, whether that is society at large or your parents or your teachers, like your teachers constantly telling you, oh, you're really good at this, there's a lot of jobs in this, you should apply for this and this internship or whatever it is. Absorbing the opinions and the encouragements of your peers without ever really checking into yourself, to your individuality, and saying like, what do I want to do? What's gonna make me feel special and feel like my heart is on fire with excitement. And I love that we had this energy at the beginning of the reading, because I do feel like that question is going to be answered for you this month. Like, what makes you really, really passionate? What makes you really excited, and what is fun to you? I want to tell you guys that the career you guys are meant to be in, it's really fun. It's really fun for you. It brings you a lot of enjoyment. It will literally feel like you are playing when you go to work. And this will maybe come to you through a download. And I wonder if it has something to do with this new partnership, like if this person is going to awaken that or activate that, so to speak, in you. But wow, it's very interesting. So finally, we are taking a look at your message of spiritual and personal growth. Look at this. For your tarot card, we have the Two of Cups. So this is a card about relationships, partnerships, especially soulmate relationships. And look, you have Two of Cups, you have the Two of Wands, you have the number 2 here. There's big partnership energy. And I do think that there is, like, it's like a romantic partner, or it's like a soulmate that's going to reveal itself to you. You're going to have incredible chemistry, incredible passion. You're going to open each other's minds to new to new and different possibilities. Yes, there is some partnership this month that is really contributing to and activating your spiritual and personal growth. And I love this image because it looks like the two of you are walking towards each other, and then you're going to walk up this staircase together. So it's like you're meeting in the middle, and then you're ascending together. You're ascending to new heights. You're reaching new goals together. This is amazing. Yeah, there's this. Yeah, I usually can't say it so confidently, but because it's a general reading, I like to give many different scenarios, but I'm really confident in saying you guys are meeting a soulmate in September who's going to just change everything, and who's going to activate some serious downloads for you. And then for your oracle card, we have Imagine. This reminds me of manifestation so much. Maybe you have actually manifested this person, and you can manifest so much more together. If I interpret this from a bit of a broader perspective, what we could also be seeing here is that you guys are really starting to manifest partnerships that are a good match for you. And this might have something to do with the barrel. Like, I was sort of picking up earlier in the reading that you guys might have been consciously or unconsciously trying to fill some sort of inner void with external things, and maybe it had to do with relationships, where you're kind of saying to yourself, like, once I manifest my soulmate, I'm going to be happy, or once I get validation from a romantic partner, these insecurities will go away. There's sort of like a lingering subconscious feeling that that's how it's going to work. But when you address this inner wound, I think you're going to start manifesting the most amazing people into your life. And it sounds cliche, but it's like when you start to feel whole and complete and worthy within yourself, that is when your soulmates or your soulmates are going to come into your life. Yes, oh my gosh, just saying it sounds so cliche, but I really, really think that this is the truth for you guys. You're going to see the truth of this this month when you patch up this barrel, and you really, really start to love yourself and feel whole and complete. Your mirror is just going to like waltz right into your life, also whole, also complete, also thriving and living their best life. And you can imagine and manifest anything together. Woo! The energy of this pile is really something else. I like this pile. This is going to be an amazing, I dare say, life-changing month for you, where you're feeling more than ever like the palpable, yes, I think that is the word, the palpable divine support that surrounds you. Be prepared for a lot of uncanny synchronicities this month. Be prepared for a lot of epiphanies about what you need to heal. If you find yourself lingering for too long on a question or on a problem that you have, switch it over to the angels. Don't worry yourself. Don't let yourself I don't know what the word is. I said ruminate earlier in the reading, but I feel like that's not what I wanted to say. Don't let yourself labor over a problem. Anyway, you guys know what I mean. It's probably gonna come to me after I stop filming. Don't let yourself labor over a problem. Don't let yourself do that this month. Your angels are saying no. Like, don't worry your pretty little head. Just throw it to us, okay? You have bigger fish to fry. You have some fun to be had. And we want this month to be as enjoyable for you as possible, okay? So these are all the messages that I have for you. So I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.